Hey guys, welcome back to the Lumix Lounge. We're here live in Las Vegas, Nevada for WPPI 2015. Sitting here on stage with me is Charles and Jennifer Merrick. We're going to be talking about emerging markets in photography. And you guys are diving deep into that. Like we met a couple of shows ago, I think it was, and I got to look at some of the innovative things you guys were doing with 4K and how that was opening up new avenues for your business. I want to do a touch-in right now, a check-in, and see where that's going. Have people been sort of adopting this new kind of image making, or what are you guys doing? What's new?
I think people are very, very excited about everything that's going on right now with 4K technology, with the ease of the cameras, the solutions that we have, and all the exciting things that we can offer to our clients. So it's been fascinating to be a part of all of this.
It has, and you know, what's exciting to me is we're known as portrait photographers, wedding photographers, but what we're seeing video, especially the 4K format of video, allows us to do is to do more public relations work for clients. And here's the unique spin on it. We spend a lot of time capturing our own lives, and we put ourselves out to the public world, all of our travels, all of our personal style, and all of the things that we do on a personal level on a website called togetherinstyle.com.
Okay.
And what we're finding it does is it connects our clients and makes us more relatable to all of our clients. And in turn, they see that we're crazy enough to put ourselves out to the public eye for criticism and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they're now turning to us to not just create a portrait for their business, but to actually create content for their business. And with content being currency, it's a really great way to reach out to new clients, and that's the emerging market right there.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit off camera about how, you know, I called it priming the pump, right? You know, you got to get a little bit of gas in there first so you can start it, and then you have combustion. So you guys are kind of doing that, right?
Absolutely.
So you're pushing the market forward with these things that no one else is doing, and then people see that, and then they want more of it. Tell me about that a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, the great thing about what it is that we do is that we tend to have a very good idea about, especially photographing weddings, you're photographing locations, you're photographing food, you're photographing fashion, you're photographing so many different elements.
Yeah.
So really, with all of these new capabilities, we are now able to mash up all of these really cool reels to share with other clients. So I can have a hotel that could be, you know, in Spain, see one of the time lapses that we did and said, my goodness, I have another hotel and in a different part of the world. Can you guys do that out there? So it does. It really fuels the idea and the opportunities that people may not realize that exist and that they can do. Especially, I think that, you know, some of our clients who may be very fantastic, we just did a surgeon, for example. She wants to be on like the Today Show, and she wants to be one of those types of experts. So we just did a reel for her to showcase not only everything that she's been doing, but also that she can be on camera and who she is as a person. Because I think you have to focus on your persona nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not just about your work. People want to see who you are as a person.
Yeah, and you're an artist, right?
Yeah.
So they're hiring you for your personality and for your artistic vision, and now they're hiring for your expertise in the technical aspects of this stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, and that in a lot of ways separates you from other photographers that haven't yet embraced the new technologies like 4K.
Exactly.
So I want to dive into that a little bit. So in the context of, say, a wedding, a day in the life of a wedding. You guys are out there doing a wedding. Let's take it from the very beginning. Someone calls you guys up on the phone. You know, they have the budget numbers match to what you guys will come out the door for.
Sure.
And you guys, I would assume, set an initial consult.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
So take me through that flow. How does that work?
Well, you know, I think that every wedding's different. And the nice thing is that Charles has his clients, I have my clients, so we work together a lot when we're trying to figure out what's going to be the best case scenario for each client. Some clients really want media-driven products. They want things that they can view on screens, and they're not looking for a printed album. Other people are looking for very printed albums, or they want a mix, you know, and to find that balance.
Now, right?
Exactly,
and albums, I would paper, is it? I'm going to ask you about that, but continue.
So the nice thing is that we have this opportunity to be able to facilitate all of these advantages nowadays. So it's been a really fantastic journey. So once we kind of get a good idea of what it is that they're looking for, then we can work together to find the solutions. If they want to have something that's more technically driven and want to showcase like the elements of the time lapse and to showcase the land and the opportunities that are existing around them while while they're getting married.
Yeah, yeah.
On top of the idea of doing the video, doing the photographs, but they all go together seamlessly, and they have the same look.
So devil's advocate, is it a sales session, like that first consult when I come in there? So I come in there with my fiance, we're gonna get married, we're excited. In a normal, quote, normal consult, you'd say, okay, this is how much we charge, and do you want an engagement shoot? Yes, no, you know, and all that stuff. And these are the wedding albums that we might offer at the end. That's traditional.
Right.
With you guys, in your world, I would imagine it's something similar to that, but on top of these are the albums, you also say, well, we can do this, and look at this thing. You know, is that how it goes?
He's very excited about that, without a doubt.
That is pretty much how it goes. I mean, certainly we share the printed product because there's a lot of income to be made on albums and the printed product. And really that's what gives clients the longevity, you know, the thing that they have forever. But there's also two other things. There's, you know, creating a wedding film that, yes, they have forever, but also that it's very shareable.
Yeah.
And that's where the technology products come in handy, because we can create either an interactive iPad app that tells their wedding story,
Yep.
a printed album, or put their wedding film on their iPhone or iPad or other mobile device, and they get to carry it everywhere with them.
Yeah.
So it's about the experience now more than just the printed product. And we find clients will pay more for experiences and great ideas than just products alone, and that's where it shines.
In fact, to add to what he was saying about
Yeah.
pay more for that experience, I just had a client recently say that she feels that having her wedding album on her iPad and her video and everything on her phone and her iPad is more valuable to her because she has it with her every minute.
So yeah.
So
we all have
it's
thousands
a
of photos
funny,
with us.
yeah,
Now you have a good
exactly.
presentation of them.
Exactly.
So to add to what she's saying, I think a lot of people see it and they say, okay, the digital file doesn't have value, but really the digital file, if you look at it correctly, has more value.
Yeah.
Because they can share it and enjoy it everywhere. And it's just positioning it that way for clients so that they understand that this is not just something that should be free. This is something that you enjoy more than ever because you have it everywhere with you.
So I want to piggyback on that a little bit and get you and get a kind of a state of the union of the wedding space with you guys. So specifically with regard to wedding albums and the printed album.
Yes.
Pointed question: are they going away?
No.
I mean, we've got when I say going, let me give you a time frame then.
Yeah.
You know, not today, but in say 15 years, 20 years, when you know, digital is a foregone conclusion and not just an add-on. It's integrated into our watches and,
yes.
you know, whatever.
I think just like the wedding dress is never going to go away,
yeah.
the wedding album is never going to go away.
Really?
It's one of those things that a woman,
the ring, right?
The ring, it's a tangible, feelable product. I think that just for, I'm not going to say that every person in the world is going to have one or, you know, really, really want it, but at the same token, I think vast majority of people still want to have something that they can have.
And for those people that want that, is it still the centerpiece of, like, do you, and from a marketing standpoint, you have the wedding album, and then around that you build all the other add-ons?
I think it's actually an accessory to the whole experience at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, and to add to what she's saying, I think today there's so many more luxurious options for albums too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know, we work with Couture Book a lot, and they have these beautiful pages where you can print on an off-white and have a silky feel to the paper. And so just this, there's a new invention in wedding albums right now where clients can really have something that's just offbeat and different than they've ever had before, and something that is really a luxury, and really that's the deal. Print is the modern luxury.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's interesting, right? It's like when digital hit, it actually creating a physical print in the darkroom is like, it's like almost like handwriting a letter these days, right? You're like, you actually wrote a letter and mailed it and put a stamp on it? Oh my God, who are you? You know, Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, so it's a luxury product.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to bring it to a close here. I want to talk about 4K a little bit.
Yes.
So it sounds like 4K is a centerpiece in a lot of ways for a lot of the stuff that you're doing because of the high resolution. Tell me about that. How does it work? And is it a centerpiece? I mean, is 4K an add-on, or is it kind of the crux of everything?
Well, so 4K for me means several different things. Number one, working with a mirrorless camera, when you look at the size of these cameras, it goes everywhere. It just travels so well because of the lightweight factor of them.
Yeah.
But when you add 4K in, you know, we're able to do so much more for our clients and pull up so many more amazing moments. Because if Jennifer, for instance, focuses on shooting stills at a wedding, and I'm focused, say, on shooting motion picture, I'm able to scrub through that video and from their first dance pull probably 10 different new high-resolution images that they never would have seen before, captured through video, and add it to her collection, and really make more cinema related photographs, something that has a whole different look and feel than a traditional still. And so I'm finding that it just gives us more magic moments and more opportunities to give that magic to our clients.
Yeah, and especially this camera in particular,
the GH4.
The GH4, yeah, it's fantastic because it's also, we have a silent shutter. So there are very special and sacred moments during a ceremony especially, where we really have to be very quiet, and we don't really want to be seen, and we want to be very unobtrusive. So that's been a fantastic feature for us.
Yeah.
It's funny when you're actually behind, in front of the camera and that's happening, because you're like, did he take the picture?
Right. Yeah,
but it's amazing. It's an amazing feature as the artist.
Yeah.
And I want to add to that because, we now capture our own lives like crazy, constantly creating content creation. But here's the interesting thing. I'm a photographer. I've been in business for 25 years, creating still photographs. We want our own personal lives captured in 4K video.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how we capture everything
because
that we
you
do.
want to future-proof it, right? For the grandkids that look back and say,
and I can pull the print where I want it.
He captured it in 720? What was he thinking? Yeah.
So if as a photographer I want my own life captured in 4K, doesn't it make sense that my clients would want their lives captured in 4K?
Yeah. So to end it, so on the 4K side of things, I think we talked about it last time you guys were on the stage here. The idea of exporting a frame of 4K video into a still and having that resolution, is that saleable? Is that frame saleable to a client to frame, to put on the wall and have it be an heirloom type piece?
Absolutely. No question in my mind. We're doing it right now. We're printing large prints as well. I literally just printed a 20 by 30 off of a digital file, and it looks absolutely stunning.
From a frame grab?
From a frame grab.
Really?
And it would blow your mind to look at it.
Wow.
So 4K is real. It's a living thing. It's happening. We're using it, and it makes a big difference in everything that we do.
Will 4K replace traditional photography in your cameras at any point? In other words, will you find yourself defaulting to movie mode on the camera versus defaulting to aperture priority or whatever?
Well, for our own lives, we do that already.
All the time, yes.
So yes, in that regard. But there are times when we want to bring in lighting and strobe, where we do want to do a still photograph. Doing family portraits, romantic portraiture, that's where the still resides and really accomplishes what we need well. But when we're working photojournalistically, we want to be lightweight and on the go. We want to capture every moment. 4K is where it's at, and I do see that as the future of capturing moments that unfold photojournalistically.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, and the great thing also about working commercially is that when we're doing like a major fashion photo shoot, people want behind the scenes. They want a lot of other things to go along with social media.
They expect it now,
Yes,
right?
exactly. So this enables us to work freely, have other people doing some behind the scenes and having, kind of giving them the luxury and availability to have every piece of the puzzle.
Love it. So where should folks that are watching this, where should they go to see some of these innovative things you guys are doing? What's your website and portfolio, all that?
So we have a website dedicated to our photography and motion picture for clients, and that's marringvisuals.com.
Okay.
And then we have another website, togetherinstyle.com, which is really where we just put our own lives on the line and showcase our travels, where we go, what we do, behind the scenes of us working, shooting these cameras.
Entrepreneur ideas, just basically giving people a good sense of who we are and what we do and how we tell stories.
Love it, love it. Life chronology in 4K. Right?
That's what it is.
You can have that phrase if you want.
I'll take it.
All right, guys, thanks for coming on. I appreciate
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. That's it for this episode of Lumix Lounge Live here at WPPI 2015. Again, check out their site if you want to learn more about what these guys are doing. Amazing stuff with 4K. My name is Frederick Van Johnson. We'll see you in the next one.